Hello students, in this video we are going to see a program in which we will check whether a date is valid or not. That is, we will take a date from the user as input and check if it is correct, except a February date. We will not check the February dates here because that requires a little extra work and we want to keep this program simple. We will handle the February dates in a different program. So for present we'll only see whether a date is valid or not except February dates. The user will input the date in the following format only: dd-mm-yy. In this format the user is going to provide the date, which will be a string. Remember that the date provided by the user will be actually be a string of Python. Now what for example we can consider that date 35-05-2010 is invalid, simply because there is no month in a year which has more than 31 days. There are never more than 31 days in any month, so this date is invalid. Similarly, if we consider 31-04-2005, so this date indicates the 31st day of April month. Now April month has only 30 days, so this is also invalid. But if we look at 30-01-2022, this date is 30th of January of the year 2022. This is a valid date because January has 31 days and this is a valid date. So before proceeding, before going further in this video, you can pause and think a little about how will you do this program. Can you figure out a way to do this? Okay, now before we discuss the program itself, we will look at a few points. First thing we have already discussed as that we are not handling February dates here, to keep it simple. The second point is that as we know already that every month of the year has a definite fixed number of days in it, like January has 31, March has 31, April 30, June 30, and so on. Or we can say that months number 4, 6, 9 and 11 have 30 days, and months number 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10 and 12 have 31 days. Okay, so we will be referring or processing the months in the form of numbers in our program. The third point we need to keep in mind is that we have to check whether the day is valid according to the month. Okay, if the date provided by the user indicates a day which is not valid according to the month, then we will have to print a message that the date is invalid. Okay, for example, no month can have more than 31 days, and the month of April cannot have 31st date, and so on. Now the fourth point we want to discuss about this program before actually looking at the program is that we are going to use slices to find day, month and year. See, as we already said that the user will provide us the date in the form of a string, which will be dd-mm-yy. Okay, so now we have to extract the day part, the month part and the year part from this string, and we are going to do it using the slices. Okay, we have discussed the string slices in 11th class, so we will see how we are going to do it in this program. Suppose the date provided by the user is 10-05-1998. Now you know that the first character of the string 1 here has the index 0, the second character, that means 0, has the index 1, the third character, this dash, has the index 2, and so on. We know about the indexes in the string. So to extract the day part from the string, we write this: date square bracket 0:2. So this is the slice here, which start value is 0 here and stop value is 2. So we will start with 0, include 1, but stop before 2. So what we will get from this slice is the string 10, and that is the first two characters of the string. The first two character of the string 10 will be returned by this slice. Okay, now further on this slice we are going to use the int function. Okay, the int function is going to convert the string 10 to the number 10. Okay, as we said, we will process the day, month and year in the form of numbers, but the user input is in the form of a string, so we will convert this day part string 10 into number 10. Okay, similarly the month part of the date, we are going to extract it from the date, like with the slice 3:5. Now 3 is the index of this 0 character here, and 5 has the index 4, and this dash has the index 5. So when we write 3:5, then what we are going to get, we will get this character at index 3, the character at index 4, but will not get the character at index 5. So what we'll get is the string 0 and 5. Okay, and then we will apply the int function on this string and we will get the number 5. Okay, so please note that we are converting the month in string form to the month in number form using the int function here. Similarly, we will extract the year part from the input string of date with writing 6 colon. Now this slice 6 colon works as this, that the 1 of 1998 is at index 6, and when we write 6 colon, that means we do not provide any stopping value, then the slice we get is the all the remaining characters starting from the index 6. So we get the string 1998, and when we apply the int function on this string, we get the number 1998. Okay, this is how we extract 3 numbers, the day, month and year, from the date input in the string form by the user. Next we look at the program itself. See, this is the function. Okay, this function is named is underscore date underscore valid underscore accept underscore fab, and it takes a parameter named date. Now, as we have discussed earlier, that you write a function in Python using starting with the keyword def, then you write the name of the function. The name of the function is created using the same rules as we follow when creating names of variables. Okay, the same rules apply here also, and inside the small brackets or parentheses we write the parameters of the function. Here the parameter is the only parameter date, and which is going to be a string type parameter in the format dd-mm-yy. Now here we are assuming that user is going to provide only the digits as used in the dt, mm and yy. It will not provide any non-digit characters in this string, so we don't have to actually check whether the user has provided some invalid input in that sense. Now what we do next in this function is we create a list with values 4, 6, 9, 11 and name this list as days 30. Okay, so as you can see, 4, 6, 9, 11 are the months which have 30 days in them. Okay, so this list represents those months which have 30 days in it. Next we extract the day part, the month part and the year part from the input string. Okay, the string received as the parameter of or the argument of the function. Also you should notice here that the indentation is very important in creating a function in Python. See, the word def is written from here, and all the statements of the function are written from an indentation level slightly higher than slightly to the right of this def keyword. Okay, so this is only through this indentation level difference that Python is able to know the extent of the function, that is which statements are part of the function and which are not. See, when you look at this date statement here, this statement is at the same indentation level as the def keyword, so the Python can understand that this statement is not part of the function, and this is the part of the main program. Okay, so keep in mind the importance of indentation level. Now what this function does is to extract the day, month and year, as we have explained already. Next, what it does is it first checks whether the day part is more than 31. If the day happens to be greater than 31, then clearly this is an invalid date, because no date can be greater than 31. And similarly, it also checks month greater than 12. If because we know there can be only 1 to number 12 month, January to December in a year. So if the month is given as more than 12, then it is clearly an invalid date. And we are using the logical operator OR here to because if any of these two conditions are true, whether the day is more than 31 or the month is more than 12, then we will say that the date provided by the user is invalid and we will return false. Okay, also you should know here that this function is date valid except fab returns true when the date is found to be valid, and it returns false when the date is found to be invalid. Okay, so this is one condition of the date being invalid. If the day is greater than 31 or the month is greater than 12, then the date is clearly invalid and we will return false. In the next step, what we will do, if this does not comes to be true, if this condition fails, that means neither the day is greater than 31 nor the month is greater than 12, then what we do is to check this condition. Now this condition has two sub conditions. The first one is this one and the second one is this one, and logical operator AND is used to connect these two. What does this mean? This means that see, we know that the AND logical operator provides the value true, evaluates to value true only when both the condition it joins evaluate to true. If any of them evaluates to false, then the result of AND will be false as well. So now we look at the two individual conditions here. The first condition is month in days underscore 30. Now what is days underscore 30? We have seen here that this is a list which has values 4, 6, 9, 11, which represents the months which have 30 days in them. Now month is the month part of the date which we have extracted here. Now month, what is in? In is a membership operator of Python which tells in the present scenario whether the month, the value of the month happens to be inside this list, whether the value of month is one of these four values. Okay, and if this is true, then this condition happens to be true. Now as for this second condition, we can look at it that if day happens to be greater than 30, then this condition evaluates to true. So what we effectively check in this condition is that if the month is one of those months which have 30 days and the day in the date provided by the user happens to be greater than 30, then we know that the date is invalid and we return false from here. Okay, and if that also doesn't happen, that means this condition fails and even this condition fails, then we can say that the date is valid and we return true from this function. Okay, so this is the working of this is date to valid except fab function. Now we come to the main program. The main program starts here. First of all, we request the user to enter a date in DDMM format, and note that we use only the function input here. Remember that input function always returns a string. Okay, we are not using int function with input here, because we use int or float with input when we need to take in numerical input from the user, but here we want only a string, so we use just the input function alone here. In the next second statement, in the second statement of the program, we have written an if statement. Okay, so look at the condition of this if statement. The condition is we have written the name of the function here, the function which we have just discussed, and we have provided the date which was input by the user as an argument to this function, and we are comparing this this thing with the boolean value true. So what is happening here? We are actually calling this function is date valid except fab here, and providing the date as its argument, and whatever is returned by this function, it will return either true or false, is being compared with the boolean value true. So we effectively mean that we are asking this function whether the date input by the user is valid or not, and this function will return a value true if the valid date is valid, and if the date is invalid, it will return false. So we are comparing what is returned by this function, the answer of this function, with the boolean value true, and when it happens to be true, we simply print valid, and otherwise that means when the date is found to be invalid by this function, we print invalid. So that's all about this main program.